rewire my entire life. So thank you.
Wow. So tell me how it's changed. Like what's changed?
I'm just like more kind to myself. I'm accepting, when things don't go exactly the way it was planned. I don't get like as fussed over about it. I'm kinder to myself. Just like that new voice that like I'm doing my best.
Wow.
And then I'm able to like handle life in a more resilient way.
Like give me an example where you saw the change.
Um so like in every like I could give 100 examples, but for ex one example, I was going to a wedding last night and I was running a little bit late getting ready, but I had a pretty busy day before the wedding. And usually like I get very flustered if it doesn't go exactly right, meaning I didn't go there on time. And and then sometimes I'll like emotionally eat from getting like that type of anxiety.
Mm.
And then I told myself, I'm doing my best. I had a whole day today and I got ready. Like, what else could I have been? I didn't do anything wrong.
She,
People go late to weddings sometimes. So I didn't even have that urge. I had the urge for a second to eat emotionally, but then it went away when I
look,
told myself, I'm doing my best.
wow. But
So
you
thank
know,
you.
first of all, wow, this is tremendous. And you said that you have a
Yeah.
hundred examples since last week.
Yes. I'm your biggest fan. I just
Wow,
any
that's tremendous. Give me one of your the best one.
one of my best examples.
Yeah, like the
I
big.
would say like um like my relationship with my father. I would just say like I sometimes get nervous if like he wants to like have one of those big conversations that I could be doing better in this or that, and then I'm even harder on myself, which I didn't think was possible. But then like I'll still have a conversation, but in my head I'm like, I know I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Listen, Rebecca, this is called transformation. This is called change. You know, if you will just say to yourself, I'm doing my best without to do this process, your brain not gonna believe to this. But because you did the process of dismute those voices, that's what's bring the change. You see that?
Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. Kol hakavod.
you too for your effective work.
Baruch Hashem. Okay. So, first of all, you from Redneck?
Yes.
From Granny, right? So if you know women that or shul, whatever, that they are interested just to learn um, about those tools from
Hmm.
how to have this inner peace, I will explain why it's happening and what they can do about it. Let me know when I'm coming.
Okay. Do you prefer like someone's house or speak at a shul?
Let's do the shul. I think it's more much easier for people, no? But whatever
Right,
you think.
right.
But I need at least 20 ladies. At least 20 ladies.
At least 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get on that.
Okay?
I think
Because
Great
this
Neck's a
is
great crowd for that.
this is like tremendous tools that no matter what you do, no matter what the issue is, it can help. You know what I mean?
For sure.
For eating, for so how do you see that it influence, how do you see that it change your eating habits? What does usually happen when you're frustrated and you're eating?
Um, Usually I actually love eating healthy, but when I get anxiety, when I feel very hard on myself, that's when I emotionally eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was a big struggle all my life. I had to really work on myself, but this was like such a turning point
Turning point.
that I was
What's turn? What are you able to do this when you explore this? This
Like instead of like being hard on myself and then being like, okay, I can't handle these feelings. This is a horrible feeling. I need to go eat something now to
so what do you do
soothe
today?
myself.
So what do you do today instead of eating?
So instead of that now, I still have that initial feeling like, oh, like I'm being very hard on myself, but then I'm like, wait, wait, wait. I'm doing
Stop
my
it.
best and it makes me feel better. So I
Wow.
don't have an emotional response to eat.
Yo, you got this. Wow. Listen, you are going to lose so much weight. You know that?
Bezrat
Because
Hashem.
we're gonna realize that we eat even so many times things that we're not supposed to and not need to eat, but just emotionally we eat it. Once
Yeah,
you get
even like something small, even like after a meal, and then you want that dessert. Like I don't know, I feel like I tell myself, no, like I need something sweet in my mouth. I don't tell myself it's an emotional response, but I think it is.
okay, but at least you right now you realize it. You catch it on time before it's controlling you, right?
Yeah, I mean it's very new. It's very new, but yeah, I'm working on changing that habit.
Now, right now, is this is much easier to working on it or much harder?
It's it's easier because I'm accepting the feeling.
Right. It's easier because you're accepting the feeling. Kol hakavod, kacha. Good job.
Thank you.
Woo. High five, huh? High five.
Yay, hair fried.
How are you? Who is here today? Who just joined? Say hi to us. Don't hide.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Can I see your face?
Yes.
Shalom, shalom, Gibet. Oh,
Hi.
long time no see you. How are you doing today?
Baruch Hashem, great. How are you?
Amazing to see you.
You too.
Are
I
you?
love your smile.
Thank you. Are you running a daycare now? Are you in work?
No, I'm home with my kids. They have no
Oh,
camp.
yeah,
Finished.
yeah, I know my also. Okay. So first of all, kol hakavod, you both came today, and Rebecca, you want to share something with your Rebecca want to share something from last week. Rebecca, would you like to
Mhm.
share?
Yes. Diana was nice enough to do a session with me last week. We were the only two on Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And basically, she made me realize something life-changing and transformative, which is that I have all my life I've been so hard on myself. And through working together, she made me realize like that voice that's always hard on myself that really has been making me make bad decisions. It's not my voice, it was someone else's voice in my life. And she was able to bring out this voice that was so hidden for so long, so suppressed for so long, that now that voice is very, very loud. I think it was too suppressed. So now I'm kinder to myself and I say, you know, instead of being hard on myself, I say I'm doing my very best. And because I'm kinder to myself and because I'm accepting myself, I'm able to make better decisions.
Wow. When you say that voice, do you mean like your mom's or your dad's voice? Like, what do you mean like the Yetzer?
Someone in my life, yeah,
Uh,
not the
okay.
Yetzer Hara. I thought it was that too, but it wasn't even that.
That's the exactly thing. A lot of women confuse and they think this is the Yetzer Hara that's talking. This is the Yetzer. No, it's not the Yetzer Hara. Let's just put him for a second on the side. We give him too much credit. You know,
True. Yeah.
those voices coming from the most close people to us that basically it's blend with our voice and
Wow.
to the way to the point that we think it's our voice. and we don't separate it. So when we were a kid, whatever our parents or the adult around us told us, that's what we believe about ourselves. But right now, when we grow up with this ton of voices, we think it still belongs to us, but it's actually not. And that's what's controlling us. So we did just separation between her voice and mute those voices from the past. And now she's free. She's free.
Wow. But Rebecca, for example, what would that voice be like? Like, what would they say, for example?
The other person's voice.
Yeah, I guess. Like, what would
Well,
they say that made you?
I had someone in my life, my whole life, that would always just say like, you need to be productive, you need to be doing better, you need to wake up earlier. And it was all out of love. You know, this
Uh-huh.
person was trying their best, but there was no validation. And so I think since I kind of grew up with that voice, I thought it became my voice. So now I'm 31, and it's like the first time in my life I'm being very kind to myself. Like, no, you are doing your best. And because like when I was always very hard on myself, it it's such a negative way to live life. What a horrible way to live life.
Yep, I agree.
You mean so? You mean like if you wake up late now, you tell yourself, you know what? I need that few extra hours of sleep. I deserve those few
Exactly.
extra hours. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it feels so nice because if I ever wake up and like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure, the rest of the day is ruined. But now I feel like I have more self-respect for myself. Like, no, I needed this sleep.
That's right. I need that. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice.
Exactly. But let me just tell something. I before I learned about this NLP and this healing process, I always used to hear you should be kind to yourself, you should be treat yourself nicely, but the voice was so loud, and I
Hmm.
felt like it's like always a fighting between those voices. Once I learned the root, who does this belong to? I learned how to mute it. I learned how to control, like to separate it from me. I'm not longer fighting with this. That's what's beautiful with this. Because if you
Right. I
always
feel
need to
that.
fight, that's not what kind of a life is this? Always to fight with those negativities voice. Okay? Are you familiar with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. We're not supposed to fight. We're supposed to live and be and learn to through the core. When we found the source, the core, the root of this, it's not bothering us anymore. It's not gonna be your daily energy where you need to focusing on. You're just gonna be kind to yourself automatically without trying and fighting with this.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. Because everybody tells, love yourself, appreciate yourself, blah, 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 blah. But what does that mean? If I will knew how to do that, I will do that. But what does that mean? And how
Right.
basically to do it? You know?
It really shows that you need to deal with the subconscious. Because I go to so many self-help classes and I heard that for years and nothing changed
Exactly. For
until
years, I
actually,
used to hear, be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself, believing in yourself. What does that mean and how to do it? Because it's so easy to say it. Once you're going through subconscious mind process, you have no longer need to deal with this because you're taking care of this from the root. Because if you are just trying, fake it until you make it, it's not going to happen. Because deep inside of you, it's so strong that you waste so much energy to fight with this all the time. That's why a lot of people says, oh, think positive, positivity, you need to be positive. But if in my head I'm rejecting this and I don't believe to this, no matter how much positivity classes I will go, it's not gonna help. I need to find the root. I need to engage those voices, to hear them, to validate them sometimes even, and then I can be able to remove it. This is all happening in the subconscious mind work. Got it? That's the difference. Because how many times, how many years did you guys hear, oh, nice to appreciate yourself, validate yourself, but how to do it? If we have blocks that blocking us to do it, we're not going to be able to. Got you? And sometimes it just take one session, two sessions, just to, doesn't take for so long. Not supposed to take for so long. And people go to therapy for years, years. And they tells me, Diana, like, I don't know what you did, but I'm not dealing with this anymore. And for 7 years, she went to therapy. I'm just saying you the difference of the level. People that go to therapy and they like it, perfect. But if it doesn't work, that means something over there needs to change. Okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Remember when you came to Rebson Hasson's house and we were doing like an exercise?
Yeah.
So like we were all closing our eyes to work on something specific and I wanted like a specific goal in the next 2 days. I was able to wake up and achieve that small goal. But then I went back to my ways.
Because
Like I felt really
because I'm telling you why. Because it's when we want the way that the subconscious mind work, it's work the way that it need to be in process. We set up the goal and we working through this goal. So it's like a cabbage, okay? Sometimes it's enough just to take 2 layers and you're good. Sometimes if it come back, that's mean there is more layers over there that need to take off. Okay?
okay.
It really depend what are you trying to working on. Whatever I did over there, it was just a simple exercise just to show you how it's work. That's to show you to taste this. Some things they are just more deep. Okay? It's
Right.
really depend the situation.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. It's very important. Okay. But this is one of the tools from like 55 tools that I know. Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
Because there is also belief system. There is always also like once we want to do change, there's always also some kind of resistance because we have this comfort in certain situation. I want to share with you. I had some lady that she was struggling with every morning anxiety. She don't know even why. Once I dig with her, what's the benefit? I asked her what's the benefit of this anxiety. She said automatically, nothing, just killing my life, nothing benefit. But when I put her in a meditation, I dig inside. She found what's benefit in her anxiety, ladies. Because every bad behavior, there are benefit over there that we holding on. Once she realized what's the benefit, she was able
like safety, to feel safe. Like
her specifically, every person is different benefit, but her specifically benefit. She now, when she's having anxiety, who take over? Her older daughter. So she have rest. Her daughter pick up all the kids, dress them, feed them, all the younger siblings in the house. Understand? But because so now my work is to help her to teach her brain instead of anxiety to the rest that she wants in a positive way and not in a negative way. Understand?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for sharing. That's why these classes are super, super important. And you're investing in yourself. And like that, we can grow together. And that's so how I start with all this subconscious mind work. I started this when I want to help myself to be a better parent. Okay? So I have learned in my parenting that I need to do certain things and to be there for them and to be more patient for them. But in the real moment, I couldn't apply it. I was blowing up and I forget about all these lectures and books and classes that I ever took. So I said, oh my God, like what's wrong with me? Why cannot like be calm and this adult self? After I learned those tools, I realized how much my thoughts, my feelings, it's all everything influence. So after this, I start to apply this. I start to learn and teach others. And now I start to apply this to my diet, the same tools. And I see this tremendous change. It's amazing. Like basically, these tools can help you with everything, with your patient, with your happiness, with your confidence, with your eating habit, changing your eating habit. It's like amazing. So right now I'm focusing on changing habits, because once we learn to change the habit from the subconscious mind, you're not going to waste your time focusing on changing action, because people, what they do usually, focusing so much on changing their action, not to eat less, not to eat at night, exercise, right? Once the trigger comes, what they do? Eat some cake, eat some chocolate, and it's kind of a cycle that they cannot come off of this. So once we learn to train the brain that when I'm sad and when I am angry, switch it, this behaving for different behaving, for positive behaving instead of cake, then I will see a much more a long-term healthy lifestyle and not just temporary. Because everybody focusing on changing the habit. What comes before the habit?
Thought.
Before feeling, and before the feeling,
Emotions.
thoughts.
Oh, okay.
So when I am focusing changing my action first, it's automatically I'm gonna work so hard to change it. But what comes first? My thoughts, my mindset. So once I switch my thoughts, I learn how to work with them. Then my actions will change automatically with much less effort. Make sense? Rebecca, make sense?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So now let's talk about whatever I said. Let's see. Okay. A perfectionism. Okay. When I'm telling you, okay, when our mindset it's comes to perfectionism, always wants the things to be perfect, to looking for this perfect week to start a healthy lifestyle, to perfect day, and the perfect meal, and until I'm gonna make my whole lot shopping list, until I will have this I'm basically we're always looking for this perfect moment to start, but what's really happened? We don't find it, because soon, right now, it's going to be holidays, and in the holidays it's also people gain weight, and then they're fighting to lose the weight after these holidays. It's take them at least 2 months to come back themselves, and then again a holiday, and then we have Hanukkah, and then we have Purim, and then we have Pesach. Like basically it's always going to be up and down. So in order for us, the mindset of perfectionism basically tell us it's either everything or nothing. Either I'm eating every day healthy, I'm going to gym, I'm exercise, I drink water, or once the first trigger happen, it's basically grabbing us down that we can't even like come back sometimes. When we want, it's going to be very hard for us to come back. Then we feel it's hopeless already. Are you related with this type of to whatever I'm describing?
Yes. Like if it didn't go perfectly, I might as well just give up on the rest of my day.
Yeah.
I know it's not logical thinking, but that's my thinking definitely goes there.
Yeah, that's what happened. When it's not perfect the way that we are, when we are, it's the all day drop off, right?
Hmm.
Now, this mindset, one second. Shalom. Okay, I have to close the door. Okay, mommy? Get the door. Basically, this mindset is, now I want to ask you, is this his mindset? Is this his mindset of everything or nothing comes to you besides eating?
Yes, I heard once that midot don't split. So, and
No, but you see this
that's
type of behaving in another areas of your life, let's say school, let's say
yes,
you clean the house. Where do you see it?
everywhere. And
Everywhere.
it stops me in my goals.
Yeah. One second. Let me just close the door because it's so much noise. Okay. Of course, it stopped us, right? Let me just